Kia ora. Tēnei he mihi ki a koutou katoa, ngā wahine toa. That's you guys. He mihi nunui, he mihi mahana, he mihi aroha ki a koutou katoa. Ko Maureen Taane a hau, he wahine, he mama, he tuakana, he tuahine, he tamahine, he mokopona, he uri o tainui a hau. He mihi nunui ki a koutou, ki a tātou katoa. Kia ora. Kia ora. No mai hara mai, welcome to Broadly Speaking. It's such a huge honour to be asked to ke te tū ki te kōrero ki a koutou katoa. I tēnei kaupapa miharo, this beautiful kaupapa of wahine toa. So yesterday I was at the bank and I overheard two women who were talking about coming tonight. And is that a bell? I was like, dang, that went fast. And she said to her friend, I have no idea who the speakers are, but I love the energy and I love the free booze. And I thought, I love that. So put your hand up if that's why you're here. But yeah. Oh, close to the mic. Sorry. Hi. Hey. So I'd say I'm definitely one of the smallest fishes here. I'm a small business owner. I have a design store called HAPA at the Tannery. And 3 days ago, we opened our new store at the BNZ Centre in town. And I'm also, thank you, I also run a whānau business with my brother and my sister, and all of that keeps me up all night long. Pre-quake, I was a very steady sort of person. I held my counsel mostly, unless I felt really passionate about something. But usually I needed to feel outraged to act on that passion. But it's as if experiencing disaster and disaster recovery changes you on a neurological level. It rips a band-aid off social niceties, and now I find that I speak up and act up on the regular, even if it's uncomfortable. And being a woman in business and being a Māori woman in business gives me many opportunities to feel uncomfortable and also to try and just push through some of those barriers that we all face on a daily basis. So, you know, I've been in a lot of situations that really speak to that. The local property developer who told my friend that I was a ball breaker for daring to speak up about the rights of tenants, ball breaker. The sales rep that came into my business and told me to just run off and grab the owner, would you love? And the time that someone said, I thought you were a respectable business lady, when I tried to instigate a rent negotiation with the landlord, which I won, by the way. Thank you. So confidence is something hard fought and won, and I come from a long line of incredible women, as we all do, women of character and strength, my grandmothers, my amazing mother, my sister, my daughter, all wahine toa. And I envision them when times are hard, and I ask myself, how would I justify this decision to my daughter? How would my sister fight this battle? How would my mother counsel me on this decision? And these are the high standards that I hold myself to the women in my life and the women that will come after me. But what I'd love to talk to you about tonight is, 2 minutes, is the very practical ways that you can raise up the women in business around you. I've been on the executive of the CCBA since its inception, 2007. But post-quake, our group has really come into its own as a member organisation. We're really strong advocates and allies for the businesses in the central city. And here's the raw honesty part. It is very, very difficult to trade in the city right now. And we have serious concerns for our retailers and our members for the winter ahead and how they'll survive that. So I'm going to be super direct, and I'm going to ask you to be proactively female in your choices and your decision making, because you know that when you support a woman in business, you are supporting hard-fought dreams and aspirations of someone who's working their ass off to make a difference, who's chosen a hard path, who's had to overcome barriers to get there is likely making sacrifices in almost every area of their life to keep that business afloat, to pay their staff, still has to go home and be everything to everyone. So when you plan that awesome night out, choose to head out and see my sister Lisa out at the Bicycle Thief in Taitapu. Go to Little Poms, go to Jade's Kākono Cafe, Bunsen Cafe, Mouse Called Bean, Little Brews, Emma's Restaurant, 27 Steps. And if you're buying a gift, go and see Amy at Pepper, Tessa at Francis Nation, Shopology at the Art Centre, Sonia's General Store, Sue at Shelf and Cashmere, Rachel at Reflections. Go and say hey to Joe at Scorpio Books, Liz at Mrs. Bottomley's Flowers, Rowena at Beads Unlimited, Margot at Apollo Yoga, Julianne at Mods, and all of the many varied and amazing and wonderful female-owned and run businesses in the central city and further afield. So proactively help our women in business to keep their livelihoods afloat and to prosper and grow, and help them to become and remain visible and valued, to put down roots and to pave the way forward for other women in business. Recently I did a press interview with a journalist, and I said that I hope that our daughters wouldn't have to fight so hard for a seat at the table. And then at the weekend, my daughter, Forrest, who works in Crown iwi relationships for the government, reminded me, and she said, "Mama, thanks to the women before me, I am now sitting at the biggest decision-making table in the country." So, nō reira, time's up. Ahakoa, he iti, he pounamu, kia ora rā. Thank you for listening, and I can't wait to hear from the rest of these speakers. And wahine toa. Kia ora rā. Thank you.